Hello friends, welcome back to tutorial series for new players for consoles for 7 Days to Die on Xbox and PS4. Once again, I am recording these tutorials on the PC version, but as of right now, the Alpha 14 version of 7 Days to Die is identical on the Xbox, PS4, and the PC, with the exception PC's got a little better graphics and controls are slightly different, but the basic mechanics are identical and the basic menus, etc. are identical as well. So I want to show a couple of things off. So once again, I mentioned a little bit, this video, or actually this tutorial is going to be about food and weather survival, food, water, and weather survival, kind of the basics of that kind of stuff. So down the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see I've got my health bar, I've got my stamina bar, and I've got an icon that indicates I am overheating. Now, it's a little, you wouldn't think I'd be overheating here in the snow biome. The reason why is that for the first 24 hours, whether the biome's temperature, and we can look at the biome's temperature going to our map, and we can look at there, and it says that right now it feels like it's 97 degrees, 98 degrees here in this area. It's not really that temperature. It's because of my clothes and because the weather survival is basically turned off for the first 24 hours of in-game time. So you aren't affected by it. So if you start wearing clothes, even in this biome, you can overheat. And since I've got some good clothes on, I'm heating up. So let's put some more clothes on and see what happens. So we'll watch our temperature go up. So up here in the right corner, again, this feels like, and see that temperature going up? It is going up fast. So we can get into a point where we can start getting into danger of causing ourselves damage from heat stroke. So we'll let this temperature go up for a little bit here, and we'll talk about some other things, and we'll come back once we get triggered for heat stroke. So right above that, you've got some other things. You've got wellness, food, water, your zombie kills, your deaths, how far you traveled and crafted, all that kind of stuff. So, as you can tell, I've died twice already, kind of, not paying attention. Oh, there we go. Overheating. So we're at the overheating stage. So that's something to keep in mind. So your wellness can go up to 200, and there are some perks and things under the skills that will add to your wellness as well. But basically, as you eat good food, your wellness will go up. As you drink good drinks, your wellness will go up. As you are killed, every time you die, you take 10 points of wellness loss. And every time you you're hit by a zombie in a certain way, so they have a chance of dropping your wellness by 1. Okay, so you want your wellness to be up. You want to focus on that. The bottom end is 60. It won't drop your wellness below 60. Even though it can go below that if other things happen to you. But basically 60 is the lowest that the game will penalize you with. Now, the character, let's go back to our character again here. We're up to 103 and still climbing. Yikes! So wellness drives your maximum stamina and your maximum health. So if my wellness was 200, my maximum health and stamina would both be 200 as well. So having high stamina is good because as you're doing things like, let's say, chopping on this, you see my wellness goes, or my stamina goes down. If I'm running, my stamina goes down. So if I'm being chased by a horde of zombies and my stamina goes down, we'll go ahead and let it go all the way down here to 0. And also when you're exerting yourself by either swinging your axe or fighting or running, you're also going to raise your temperature. You will also raise your temperature if you are near a campfire or a forge. So now, see, we're within 3 blocks. So basically a 3-block radius. So 3 blocks is 1, 2, 3. So over here, I don't have that effect. From here, I have that effect. Okay. Oh, and our axe is about ready to go away. So let's go ahead and make a new axe, new stone axe. Craft that puppy up. I'd recommend using one of those the typing keyboards that you can plug into your console controller it'll make it much easier to do things like searching and chatting in game, because there is in-game chat. You'll be playing up to 4 players on the multiplayer. All right, so we're up to 108 degrees now, so we are toasty warm, and we're still climbing. Food's at 43, water's at 18. So you will need to eat and drink regularly in the game. So game starts you off with a can of chili, which will give you plus 10 fullness, but minus 5 hydration, and it also gives you back 5 points of health. It won't raise it above your max cap, but it will give you 5 points back if you were damaged. So let's go ahead and eat that. So notice our water went down. Now we'll drink this bottle of water. Whoa! That should not happen on on the console version. So let's go ahead and drink this. So now we have heat stroke. Heat stroke level 1. So heat stroke level 1, we're now hopefully going to cool down a little bit because I moved away from the fire. Nope, we're still going up. It's still getting hotter. Now, normally, if you are in the snow biome, you are not going to overheat. Just like in the desert biome, you're not going to die of being chilled. All right, let's let it go a little farther here. We'll stand closer to the fire to get this thing going even better. That is just going bad, bad, bad. So heat stroke, you'll dehydrate faster. So basically my water hydration will go down. Look at 2%. Boom, done. So there are a few different, actually there's a lot of different food and drinking options in the game. And I've got the creative menu here. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a few of these things so you can see them. So you've got your regular water, and you've got bottled murky water. These are things that you'll find out in the world and on zombies and in toilets. So you loot a toilet, you may have a chance of getting some bottled murky water. You can also get a can of murky water or a boiled water. So if you have a can, and I'll show you how to do this. So at the very beginning, in order to cook on a campfire, you need to use if you have a can, we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any. Well, we have our jar. So our jar, we can't make any yucca juice. And, oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that is different and new. You used to be able to melt snow down. Yeah, so let's try this. Let's go ahead and put this snow into here. And see what happens. Oh, there's a recipe. Okay, so once you activate your campfire, I haven't done this in forevers. So we can actually make some boiled water in a can. So I can cook that up, and that's going to cook me up it'll cook me up a can of water out of the snow. And I can also do a bottled murky water with the snow as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well at the same time. So I'll take this can. Now I can also equip this and drink it. Ah, better. So you see my hydration went up, but it's immediately going back down because I've got this heat effect happening. So how do you manage your heat and cooling? It's all about the right clothes. Okay, so again, I mentioned before in a previous video that every piece of clothing has an insulation value, either plus or minus, and ignore those console errors. Heat stroke stage 2. I will die basically if I don't fix myself now. So I have got to fix myself. So let's go into character, and I'm going to start pulling some clothes off. So this green sweatshirt is plus 20. This coat is plus 30. Let's get rid of that. Boom. Immediately my temperature starts dropping. Let's pull his hat off. Let's pull the shirt off. So now I will start cooling off, and that active effect will go away, and I won't have to worry about having a heat stroke any longer. But I'm still parched, so let's go ahead and grab that other can of water. Now it's murky water, so if I drink this murky water, I have a roughly 50% chance here of getting dysentery. And when you have dysentery, it affects your stamina, and basically you've got the Hershey squirts. So you want to not drink murky water. You always want to take your murky water, and you want to cook it again, but in order to cook it and make it safe to drink, let's actually go ahead and make a couple more boiled water in the cans. That's what we can make right now. In order to do that, you need to have a cooking pot. Now, cooking pots are fairly regular in the world. Oops, I'm really hurting. So now I can't run any longer because I don't have, I can't run much because I don't have enough stamina. I got a wrench. That'll be good to show you guys later on. Oh, cooking pot. Okay. So let's grab our cooking pot, go back out to our fire. So the cooking pot is essential for crafting a lot of the recipes for food and water in the game. So we'll go over here, we'll pop it on our old campfire. All you need is one of them, pop it on there. There's also a grill and a beaker you can get. The beaker is used to make some antibiotics. It's used to make some herbal antibiotics, biofuel, and a few other things. So beakers are kind of rare to find, but when you find them, you end up with too many. Cooking grill for making baked potatoes, things like that. So a cooking pot. Now we can make our bottled water. Let's go ahead and cook that. I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. And I'll make one more boiled water while I'm at it. Again, you've got 4 cues that you can have. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this. We're going to drink it. Drink it better. Alright. And the same thing with our bottle of water. Drink that. Now we're up to 56. And our temperature, let's take a look. How's it doing? As long as we stay away from the campfire, I think we're going to be in good shape. Okay, one more can of water. Alright, I'm going to get rid of a few of these building things that I was showing you guys. And I'm going to show you... And I'm going to get rid of that, and that, and that. Alright, so... There's a lot of things that you can craft and build in this game. Oh, Mr. Bear, just go away, Mr. Bear. I don't want Mr. Bear to come over here. That would be bad. So there is farming in the game. So you can farm. In order to farm, you have to have a hoe. So let's go. I'm just going to bring in a hoe just so you guys can see what a hoe looks like. And you need to have dirt in order to have, in order to be able to hoe it. So we would need to have dirt. I don't think this will qualify. Yep, there's a tiny bit of tilled ground there now. It's not a whole lot, but right there, it is a tiny piece of hoed ground that would accept a seed. Now, in the game, by default, there are seeds. There are corn seeds. There are potato seeds, there's blueberry seeds, there's cotton seed, goldenrod seed, pine seeds, maple seeds, blue spruce seeds. These other ones are modded items, so ignore those. But this first row are all the seeds in the game. So whenever you find these, you'll usually find them in a cupboard. You take them, you equip them, and after you've hoed the ground, you can right-click or right-trigger, place, and now it'll grow over a few days. So it takes usually, like I say, a half hour to an hour in-game time for that to grow up, and then you'll be able to harvest the corn. Now, corn itself, let's go ahead and bring a corn in. That way you guys can see what a corn looks like. Corn stalk, planted corn stalk. Yes. Let's just put one of these in the world, and you guys can see what it looks like. Womp. So, if you have something like this in the world, you'll find these out in the plains areas. You can come up to them, pick it up, and I just got 1 corn on the cob. Now, if you have, let's get some water, just to have some water, or let's go ahead and let's do it safely. Yeah, let's do it with a shovel. And let's go ahead and here's our thing. Let's make a bottled water. Cook that up nicely. Now you can make jars as well once you get sand. Right, I'm going to change the time again just to keep things from getting wonky. All right, so we got our bottled water. So with bottled water and an ear of corn, we can make corn on the cob. Now we had some eggs that we pulled out of nests. With bottled water and a pot, we can make boiled eggs. So corn on the cob and boiled eggs, they're not great foods. So we'll go ahead and cook one of these up. I'm going to add some more bottled water to our character so we can experiment with some of those other things as well. So corn on the cob, cook that up. Now, in this snow biome, one of the things that you can find are blueberry plants. And they're fairly common. Let's see if there's a blueberry plants. They're fairly common. They usually come in clusters. So while that is working away, we'll take a peek. There's a lake. I don't see any offhand, but you'll find blueberry plants, and you'll get 2 blueberries off of a blueberry plant. Not a lot, but if you get enough, and you can get enough pretty quickly, they will sustain you. So that is a good way of getting food here really easily. All right, so now we've got a boiled egg. Let me get rid of these corn seeds. And a corn on the cob. So just to look at them, a boiled egg will give you fullness of plant 4. It also increases your wellness. So the more complicated a food is, the better the wellness is. So you can craft some really complicated recipes in here for food. So wellness 0.32, a corn on the cob gives me wellness 0.08. So it doesn't consider it to be as good as for that. But it does give you 3 fullness and gives you 2 stamina back. So it gives you a little bit of stamina. This does not give you any stamina, but it gives you a little more fullness. So eggs are slightly better. But both these also consume 1 jar of water. So they're kind of an expensive food early on in the game. But all you do is click on them. Let's eat that puppy. And we'll eat this guy. So now our food is, or our fooding, or our fullness is up to a 51. So not too shabby. Now, I mentioned there's a lot of other items in the game that you can cook. That bear is getting really, really close. So, Mr. Bear, I need you to go away. Would you just bugger off? All right. All right, let's look here. Meat. So you'll get meat off of animals. Okay. Any animal you kill gives you the same meat. So a bear, a rabbit, a deer will give you meat. There's also rotten flesh, which you do not want to eat. There's a 50% chance of dying. So, or getting sick. So don't do it. Just don't, unless you really, really, really have to. There's a ton of canned goods in the game. So I do can. There's beef rations, chicken rations, lamb rations, and these are all really good as far as fullness. They give you plus 15. There's cat food, dog food, chili, miso. So a ton of different foods that are out there in can form that you'll find on zombies and in cabinets all over the place. Food's generally not a problem. Let's get some more corn. Oops, corn. And let's get some potato. So potatoes. So once you've got these things, you can make boiled meat, which is a can of water and a raw meat. You can look at the recipe for it. You can make charred meat, which is just the meat burned. It doesn't give you, it hurts your hydration a little bit. You can make meat stew, which is pretty much the best thing in the game. So we'll go ahead and craft one of those up. You can make, let's see what else we can make here. Bacon and eggs. If I have 2 eggs, so if I go to eggs, just add a few more eggs. So bacon and eggs is a really good meal as well. It's got really good wellness. It takes 2 eggs to each piece of meat. We can craft one of those up. So we're still getting hungry and we're getting hot again still. Still getting hot standing next to this fire. Alright. That bear is just wandering around. Now bears will attack zombies, which is really nice. You can sometimes work that to your advantage. Now I mentioned there's a lot of various drinks as well. So there are 3 different kinds of tea, or 2 different kinds of teas. There is red tea and goldenrod tea. So let's grab both of those so you can kind of see the difference. There's also yucca juice. So these are made in different areas. So, oh, Mr. Bear, you need to just not be here, sir. That bear is just really being obnoxious. Okay, so goldenrod tea is made from water and goldenrod, which is a yellow plant. Let me go ahead and put one of these in the world so you guys can see it. Goldenrod, chrysanthemums, and yucca. Let me just put this in the world so you guys can see them. Oh, this bear is just being a dick. Okay, just so you guys can see what these look like in the world, this is goldenrod. Okay, this is chrysanthemum, and this is yucca. Come on, select it. Find it. There we go. Now, this is the wrong kind of yucca. I actually need a cactus, which you'll find, obviously, where? In the desert. Okay, so there's a cactus. So when you harvest a cactus, you will... It's the wrong kind of cactus, isn't it? Let me get myself some jars. Get rid of these guys. Mr. Bear, just get out of my life. Hey, let's drink of water. Get ourselves a jar. Okay, so yucca plants are kind of everywhere. Okay, in the desert. Mr. Bear, I'm gonna have to deal with Mr. Bear at some point. So sorry about that. You know, yes, I was right the first place. I don't know why I was questioning myself, but with those yuccas, with the cactus, you get yucca fruit off of them once in a while. So yucca fruit you can eat, but yucca juice is made with a yucca plant. It takes 4 yucca plants and 1 empty jar, and it crafts a yucca juice. So yucca juice gives you 30 stamina, plus 15 hydration, 0.1 wellness, and also cools you. So if I drink this, it'll actually cool me down. Which, if you're in the desert, is great. Okay? Now, red tea will remove dysentery. And it also will cool you. If I look at the number again, it'll also cool you. Gives you more stamina, a little more hydration. Now, the chrysanthemums are typically found in a maple forest biome. The yuccas are found in the desert. And the goldenrods are kind of found a little everywhere. Not desert and not in snow country and not in destroyed. But you can find them in plains and you can find them in maple forests. And goldenrod tea removes burning, cures dysentery, and that's all it does right now. But it does really good stamina and really good wellness. So all of those, basically, if you harvested one of... Let's harvest a goldenrod not be eaten by the tree, or the bear tree. Okay, we got our meat stew. Let's go ahead and get rid of this meat. That's probably bringing that bear around too. Let's eat this meat. And look at that, 1.6 wellness, plus 20 fullness and health. So it's got a smell, so it will smell and draw zombies in. Most foods in their cooked forms will draw zombies. So it tells you the range. If you have it in a belt, it's one range. If you have it in your bag, it's a different range. Your belt and bag range. So you want to not have good, tasty foods out and about when zombies are nearby. They will smell you, and they will come and eat you. All right, so for all of these items, let's go ahead and drink another water so we have a empty jar. Okay, so now we can make goldenrod or red tea with our things. So we've got goldenrod and chrysanthemums in our inventory. So we can make those, and they cook the same way as everything else. They'll cook up here. All right, so that was a quick introduction to basically temperature survival and food and drink in 7 Days to Die on the console and on the PC, obviously. If you guys have questions or comments, you want me to do a specific video, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and do my best to take care of that for you. In the meantime, it's been RongoTheBold. Welcome to 7 Days to Die. Bye!